We were just sitting here and thinking, all of these references and everything, and Close Encounters of the Rick, Close Rick Counters of the Rick kind. It's a reference to, like, First Contact with Aliens, in which aliens have been well stated in this series. And then Micah was just like, wouldn't we be aliens to the other aliens?
See what the title implies.
I mean, probably. And honestly, for me, I keep thinking about aliens, like aliens out there, like we're Terrans, but who knows, they might call our planet, instead of Terra, they may call it like Stop Climb or something like that, and we're Stop Climbers and all that.
Just saying, I'm a big Stargate fan, so I think we should be the Tari.
The Tari?
That's what they called them, the Jaffa.
Oh, okay.
That was their name for humans from
Okay,
Earth.
the Tari.
And Stargate is awesome. If you don't like it, we can't be friends. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with Stargate? Nothing wrong with Stargate.
Just kidding. It's not. I mean, I wouldn't
I'm so
unfriend
excited.
somebody for Stargate.
Say what?
I'm so excited.
Why is that?
Because there's only 2 more episodes of season 1.
And then there's season 2.
Who said I was recording season 2 with you?
Okay, if you don't want to, your loss.
At least I can say I gave it a whole season before I made my decision.
We're about to run into a planet of chickens.
Yeah. Yeah, we were. I was upset that we weren't recording for that, and I was just like, we should have been recording. So we kind of like replayed our entire scenario in terms of conversation.
Just thinking we might be scary aliens to a planet of things
A
like
planet of chickens
or something.
Planet of shrimp. Oh God, I'd be like one of their #1 offenders. I'd be up there with Ron Swanson.
Some people are super allergic to shellfish, so
And they could call them allies.
they might be in trouble. Ooh, very complex political situation we've got going on here.
Yes, indeed. Planet of Chickens, could you imagine what Colonel Sanders must be like there? Or General So? General So, and, like, obviously to them, that's the Mao and Stalin of like, terrible, like, people.
Also, it's doubly funny because, you go to a Chinese buffet and there's specifically a style of chicken,
General So,
Yep.
it's chicken, yeah. And then you go look at a KFC, I guarantee you, chickens are up there just like... It's like, we're never going there. It's like, no, we're never. Oh, God. Where do our minds go during this? I don't know.
Apparently, this is the effect that the show has on people.
I guess so. So, anyway, Season 1, Episode 10 of Rick and Morty, Close Rick Counters of the Rick kind. So, let's see what's up. The hell way to start the episode. Just, and a more, like, savage-looking Rick and a Morty with an eye patch walk in and just, like, kill the Rick and take the Morty.
Can't believe they mentioned pancakes.
I love pancakes.
I've been thinking about IHOP for like over 24 hours.
Might have to hit that place up once we leave here.
Yeah, except for we'd have to go to a different city.
Ah. Oh, no, it's Saturday.
Dad.
Oh, no, it is.
Oh, I get it. Our son's been abducted.
You hate me for buying those coins!
Wow.
You hate me for buying those cars.
Jeez, Rick, what is this place? A lot of versions of me on different timelines had the same problem. So a few thousand.
Oh, yeah.
had the ingenious
Color
idea of
palettes are
banding
swapped.
together. Answer questions on Yahoo Answers. Hey, what do you know? It's
Cowboy
a cowboy
Ricky?
version of me. Jeez, you're easy to impress. Yeah, most timelines have a Rick, and most Ricks have a Morty. This place is a real who's who of who's you and me.
Do people still use Yahoo Answers?
Hot fashion statement. with some
Yeah, to
Morty
some degree.
dazzlers.
Really?
Hey, check this out. Okay, save your Rick rules for the sheep Ricks, Rick Pig. Me, pal. You. No. Me.
They all hate each other. It's amazing.
Wow.
Look at the hairstyles. Jesus.
Yeah, so does the scientist formerly known as Rick. Why isn't he here in handcuffs? Because he's dead too.
Oh.
Who else did you have us question? You wanted to be safe from the government, so you became a stupid government. That makes every Rick here less Rick than me. Yeah, murmur it up, D-bags. Run, Morty! Not you.
You figured there'd be some confusion. Oh, the butt dimension? Or is that like flatulon? Oh.
Oh.
Greasy grandma world.
Yeah, I'd like to order one large phone with extra phones, please.
Cell phone. No. Rotary. And payphone on half.
How many times are they gonna wear this joke out?
Busy for a while.
Well, 3 is usually the limit.
Yourselves? Of course not, Morty. How could that profit me? But someone knows that he's killing Ricks.
all the
council
all
ain't
the
gonna stop thinking
chairs.
it's me until we clear our names.
It's like, I need to
Finding the
stop
real
drinking this
killer.
shit.
I'm scared, Rick. Except, you know what? She's not as brilliant or attractive.
What?
Thank
You.
She is Rick's daughter, after all.
Morty and I are just gonna fly my spaceship into a black hole.
What?
Is that cool with you, dog?
Rick, no! Morty!
Got it. The call's coming from inside the house. Look at his face. Look at his face. I can't believe our daughter married you. Too easy. The Ricks are probably gonna waste some
Tell
time
me
messing
that's
with
not
Jerry.
weird.
They won't be able to
That
help
is,
themselves. But as soon
and
as they
considering
get
I
bored,
was
they'll be
eating
onto us.
pizza earlier, and those pizzas were ordering, those slices of pizza were ordering
Have more
extra
phone
humans.
sticks, please.
Well, I'll explain that after the show's over.
Okay.
Those Ricks and Mortys?
Uh-oh. Excuse me. We've tracked a pair of dangerous criminals to this exact location. They look exactly like us, so in order to avoid confusion, I'm gonna mark us each with a red X right now. That way, if someone has a gun and we both tell you to shoot the other one because they're the evil one, you'll know who's lying. Hey,
That's
check it
a
out.
pretty good plan, actually.
Damn it!
Hey, you didn't pay your bill.
The red X! Red X!
There's a bunch of people strapped all over that building.
Not people, Morty. Mortys.
Wow.
Holy hell.
I fiddled with a concept like this once. On paper, Morty, on paper. I wouldn't do this. It's barbaric overkill. I mean, you could accomplish the same result with like 5 Mortys and a jumper cable. Which I also wouldn't do. Bad craftsmanship. You seem like a guy who really has it all together.
Dude, are you? What, you're being a dick, right?
Oh gosh, I hope not. I wouldn't want to offend you in any way.
So, evil Rick, I think
I
we...
don't like the look
Well,
of that
Rick is pretty
Morty.
evil, but...
We gotta escape.
I mean, considering what he's done to the Mortys, I mean...
Don't be Rick.
Holy hell, that's scary. Imagine you coming across like yourself 1,000 times over,
Isn't it
you know,
beautiful?
quivering and
Yeah,
scary,
it looks like
scared in the
payday.
corner.
Never-
Oh God, Jerry.
I found mine.
Oh.
Found mine.
Ugh. All right, Mortys, listen up. My name is Morty Smith.
That's it. Like a colony of ants, you can take down anything.
You're crying over a Morty? No, I'm just allergic to dipshits. Ugh, pathetic. We both know that if there's any truth in the universe, it's that Ricks don't care about Mortys. Morty, thank God, get me out of this. Come on! I'm not a Rick. Point taken, but this is no time for arcs.
Oh God.
Not a good time. Come on, Morty, let's hit it.
Just took it anyway.
I've seen this technology before. This Rick was being controlled remotely, puppeteered by somebody else. This is the receiver. Yeah, but where's the transmitter?
Yep. And just like that, he blends right in.
Huh.
Pretty crazy, huh?
It was something. All right, but how about the fucking what was it? The call comes from inside the house. Before we started recording, Nate was talking about what he did yesterday. I was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that you went live on Twitch." I was sitting here by myself, and Lucy was upstairs making so much racket that it sounded like another human was walking around up there. And then I got a notification that the Renegades were live on Twitch. And I looked up into the direction of the streaming office and was just like, oh shit, someone broke into our house to go live on Twitch? And then, like, I remember...
when you voice that like that, it does sound kind of stupid.
I mean, it was stupid, yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't get actually scared. I, like, got over it
Probably
because I was
some
like...
people that would be into that.
I was like, oh yeah, that's where Nate went.
Heather,
And
the
then-
stream is coming from inside the house.
And then that happened on here, and I was just like, oh. Yeah.
It's like,
Because we actually spent, like, 10 minutes talking about how weird it would be.
Yeah, it would be weird. Just you going upstairs and finding someone else on Twitch and just being like, "Hi, yeah, I just come in and I felt like streaming some RuneScape. You cool with that?"
I probably would have been like, as long as you don't kill me, fine. You can do whatever you want. Like,
Cool.
I'm not encouraging you to break into our house to stream on our Twitch.
Not like they know where we live.
Especially not since we're about to move.
Oh, yeah.
For like the 100th time for you.
100th? No. Mom's basement. Well, if you're counting since we started this thing, Mom's basement, the roadhouse, here, and then the new place.
Oh, I totally thought there was another one in there somewhere.
No, it's been 4 places.
Oh, well, that's not too bad then.
Total. Yeah, but in terms of how many times I've moved in my life, it would surprise you how many times I've moved within the same hometown. I moved in my hometown. I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 times in the same hometown.
So you've moved over 10 times in your life.
Yeah. And not only that, but I've also helped other people move a lot because my family is stupid like that.
Dang, signing up to help other people. Ugh.
No, more like they guilt trip me into doing it, and then whenever I ask them for help, they're always just like, yeah, I got other stuff to do. I work that. Yeah, but good luck, though. And I'm just like, okay. And you wonder why I'm so used to moving by myself.
I lived in the same house from when I was 2 to when I moved out. So I've moved once. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Wow. But that's been since I've turned 18. And I'm 22, so that's kind of a lot.
When did you move out of your mom's house?
When I was 18.
Okay. So from 18 to 22, you have moved 9 times.
Sometimes back 2 places, though.
Oh.
I
but do
moved-
you, like, fully move? Like, do you
Yes.
take everything with
Yes.
you? Okay.
I went from my mom's to my husband's, to another apartment with my husband, back to my mom's, back to my husband's, back to my mom's, to my first apartment by myself, to my second apartment by myself, to my third apartment by myself, and then here.
Okay. So it's just been a lot of back and forth.
It's just, I make dumb decisions based on what's good at that moment and don't think about the long term. Really dumb decisions.
Mm-hmm. Why else do you think you're on this channel?
Because I went, hey, can I come see like how everything works? Sure, grab a mic.
Yeah,
Now
and
you
that's how
can't
it
get rid
goes.
of me.
Yeah, and then there's Micah.
What did I do?
Nothing. You pretty much lived the same place your entire life, right?
In a hut in the woods.
Yes. A hut in the woods, guarded on all sides by various traps, so...
Poisonous snakes.
Have you ever considered going off grid?
Yes.
Oh, yes. We went to a convention that highlighted going off the grid. Like, they, like, gave you underground bunkers that you could build. They gave you, like, water supplies that would last X amount of time, reusable food sources and all that. And not only that, but I had my camera on me. There were people freaked out that I had my camera.
Yeah, they were really weird about it.
They were just like, I don't want anyone to know about this. I don't want it. Then how are you going to make sales?
Like,
I mean,
okay, we're gonna go over here now.
all right, yeah, we'll yeah, because it was this guy who was like selling bunkers and all this and all that, and he was just like, I don't want this recorded. No, I don't want. No, I don't want it recorded. And I'm like, okay, and because he actually went to like someone who ran the event and said, I thought they weren't going to be any of that here, and I'm like, okay, I
Wow.
go over here.
I know someone that like is working to pay off their student loans rapidly. Like almost all of their paycheck goes to that. They only got $7,000 left. They've gotten all their possessions down to 2 bags, a duffel bag and a backpack, and they're just gonna go. And I mean, I'm talking like on a bicycle.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be difficult. I mean, I have ideas of how I'd want to do it, but that's the thing is like you got to keep making money somehow because you know you don't actually own property; you just rent it from the government. So you don't pay property taxes; they'll come take it from you. They find you out in the national forest, they'll arrest you. If you
The
fight
closest
back,
I'm
they'll-
ever gonna get is if I ever get rich and famous or have enough money to do it, I'm gonna get an underground shelter
I respect it.
for, you know, like bombs, not for living.
Well, you'd have to get one that's deep underground because nuclear radiation, unless you lead line that sucker really good.
Well, I mean, it would be one of those that they actually make for that.
Are you expecting people to try and kill you with nukes?
I mean, the world.
I mean, it's just cool. I respect it.
This
so, I mean,
world
you
is
don't
a
really need
dark
reason.
place. You never know what's gonna happen.
Well, considering what just happened, I mean,
North and South Korea literally just made friends. So,
yeah,
I mean,
they signed a nuclear armistice to where it's just like
kind of a
they're
big
gonna
deal.
disarm each other. They're gonna disarm nuclearly, or in terms of nuclear power. That was the biggest threat to me. I mean, you know, there's always the
We've
Middle
all
East,
learned
you know.
something.
Well, and then there's the Middle East. You know, some jihadist might eventually get his hands on some plutonium, but I guarantee you, he won't work with a rocket scientist because the rocket scientist will probably be, you know, not of the religious faith, and he'll just have the plutonium ball there and just be like,
I mean, I
What
could
do I
use
do
it
with
for
the plutonium?
tornadoes and stuff too. I mean,
Also true.
also not very common in this area.
Chihuahua attacks.
That's more common. That's far more common.
Ben will be here in like 2 hours or so, and I'm so happy to be able to give Chico back. I'm gonna be like, it's so good to see you. Here's your fucking dog.
Yeah, good to see you again. Yeah.
And before the comments.
Oh no, comments are already down there saying, "Oh, you missed the after credits
Hey,
screen."
Jerry, what are you doing in my room, buddy?
Nothing. I was just, checking the smoke detectors.
All right. Okay, get out.
Did Rick just roll for initiative? Oh, hey, Doofus Rick. I know he's just regular Rick, but to separate him, I just.
What's that dipshit doing out there? Are you friends with him? You know he eats his own shit, right? Oh my god, this is rich. I've got like 10 Ricks to call right now.
Did you get any of that? It's a good show.
Hey guys, you're not gonna believe this, but my Jerry, he's friends with Doofus Rick. Really?
Doofus Rick.
I want Jerry to have a friend.
I do too. I think he'll do him
Jerry's
some
not
good.
a bad guy.
He's just
Really insecure.
And
pathetic.
dumb. We all just dragged him in different directions.
Well, honestly, I know people like Jerry, and I give credit where credit's due. He persists to some degree, but he makes no effort to like correct himself or to make himself better. He's just content with being a tryhard dumbass. I mean, I love. Okay, I say that with full knowledge that Jerry's not a real person, but I know people like Jerry, and honestly, I will say this: one of them is a family member, and he probably doesn't know I'm talking about him because he thinks that he actually knows stuff, but actually doesn't. I mean, and we tell him, hey, here's ways that you can help, make things better, but he doesn't want to listen at all. He is content with just being stupid. But
I mean, ignorance is bliss.
yeah, well, try wishing in one hand and shitting in the other and see which one fills up first. Reality doesn't care. All right? You have to adapt, and you have to, if you want to persist in the real world, then you have to be willing to adapt. I mean, honestly, that's why I'm doing this on YouTube, because, hey, real jobs didn't work for me. I mean, honestly, I couldn't, I worked at so many call centers, I was about to bore a drill bit through my head.
They really suck. They pay good, but they suck.
Oh, yeah. And there's a reason why I call all of those jobs like that jobs of non-fulfillment, because honestly, do you really get fulfillment out of doing jobs like that? I mean, I know there's some people out there do.
I did. Every once in a while. But it was kind of like eye-opening experience when it happened. Like, I worked in a shipping call center, so one time I had to make sure a reptile got delivered before it died because it got delayed. Yeah, I felt super happy when that box got there and someone called and told me the reptile was still alive. Or, making sure a baby's coffin gets there in time for its funeral so its parents don't have to be stressed out anymore. Okay, things like that mattered. Yeah. But most of the calls were, my D&D dice didn't get here today, so I'm going to sue you because I needed those. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah, monotonous bullshit. I mean, I can't stand that
I
stuff.
actually got chewed out. The worst caller I ever had, the most yelling I've ever had was over a bag of D&D dice. There are more important things in life than your dice getting there for your game tonight. You can go to a local store and buy some, borrow someone else's, use the ones you got. They're brand new ones. I'm sure this isn't your first game if you're this upset about it.
And you see, that's the majority of the world we live in, because now the majority of the world is filled with spoiled know-it-alls who, in all honesty, value what celebrities say more than actual smart people. I mean, there was a girl the other day who I swear to God said, she quoted something that Kim Kardashian said, and she wanted everyone to know Kim Kardashian said it. And I'm like,
That's a Pokemon, right?
she could be. Yeah,
What
yeah.
an icon.
Yeah, actually, no, she'd be a Digimon because Pokemon's too basic for her. Digimon because she was born and raised on the internet, and I just call her Slutamon 5000.
I honestly,
Come at me, Kim K.
You could show me a picture of Kim Kardashian right now, and I would not know it was Kim Kardashian.
Good.
I have no idea what any of them look like, what the fuck they are, or what their lives are like. No idea.
I only know the two because I've seen pictures of them like on magazines whenever I go through Walmart.
I don't look at those.
I kind of have no choice whenever I'm standing in line behind a grandma who doesn't understand that they don't accept checks the way they used to. Yeah. I had no choice. I have no choice but to stand there and look at those magazines. The National Enquirer, I look at the National Enquirer because it makes me laugh. It's like Vampire Batman saves the world. Apocalypse, it's like apocalypse approaching soon. And we were saved by so-and-so and such and such. I'm just like, oh, God, what are they going to come up with next?
Sounds pretty awesome.
You got to love the imagination. But then not only that, on there you see like the tabloid magazines. It's like Kim K's pregnancy. Will it ruin her body forever? And I'm like I give a shit. Like I care. She'll probably just get surgery.
Do her
Even if
babies
it
just
does,
like
why does it matter?
explode out of her chest like in Alien?
I don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause generally,
they do.
I
'Cause she's
generally
an
don't
alien.
think babies do that, so probably no.
Well, what they're talking about is like ruining her, like giving her stretch marks and like.
Oh my gosh, a woman with stretch marks after having a baby? Inexcusable.
Well, it's because Kim Kardashian, to a lot of people out there, is like the icon of how a woman is supposed to look, curvy and like big lips and all this. It's like, I don't care what Kim Kardashian looks like. It's just like everyone bought that one magazine where she quote unquote broke the internet, where she like posed naked and all that. And I'm like, good for her. I just don't care because honestly, what's the point? And okay, the other one I am aware of is because I've seen like one or two pictures of her, Kylie Jenner, like her youngest sister. Yeah. I've seen her and I'm like, okay, so this is Kim Kardashian 2.0, and I'm like, there's no hope for the world. This is our future. We are just destined to be lorded over by the inherently dumb, all for the sake of tabloids. That's it.
I have more respect for Kylie than Kim. Anyway.
I don't have respect for any of them.
Speaking of stupid things.
Oh yeah, I woke up this morning.
I know it. I woke up today and was like, damn it. Anyway.
No, I'm just joking.
The Earth, the Earth is flat, the Earth is round theory.
There's no theory. The Earth is round. Flat Earthers, come at me.
No, I heard a good theory today, and I'm convinced. The world is not flat or round. It's a cup. How do you think we keep all the water in? Wake up, America.
You realize that a lot of people that are in the comment section right now are going to take you so serious for saying that.
If you take me seriously for that, it's kind of going to be like every time I make a joke and you guys think I'm like a bitch and I'm actually just kidding. Have you seen those comments?
Yeah, that's why I'm worried.
I don't really pay attention
Every
to the
time I
comments.
make a really bad joke that's like could be taken the wrong way, people are like, wow, can't believe she actually thinks that. What the hell? And I'm just like, my sense of humor doesn't go well with people.
Yeah, it happens.
I don't think the world is a cup. It's round.
Yeah, the world is round. It is a sphere.
I shouldn't have to clarify that I think that.
The world is round. I mean, there's nothing else to say. The world is round.
Well,
and
it's lumpy, but it's round.
Yeah, but honestly, it's still round. I mean, look, the surface of the ball doesn't matter. It's still a ball.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say, it's flat and all that, I mean, go right ahead. It's just, I'm going to laugh at you, and I'm never going to take anything you ever say again seriously. I mean, it's just like, I've read up that some professional basketball players are actually like forming a union of like flat Earth believing basketball players.
I wish it was flat. It's not though.
I mean, they just had.
Why do you wish it was flat? Just so you
basketball.
could jump off the side?
That's exactly why.
Well, I'd hate to break it to you, but
It wouldn't work that way.
Well, yeah, because even if the way we understand physics, if the Earth was flat,
You wouldn't just fall off.
no, well, yeah, it would be impossible. You would actually, when you jumped off, you would actually like
around.
land on the side.
Yeah.
You'd actually like land on the side of the plate, and then you could just walk around to the other side. Now, keep in mind, the gravitational pull would actually be extreme for you when you got up there, because they showed, and it like got increasingly like. They compared it to like walking up an increasingly like steep staircase. At the end of it, it'd be effectively like you trying to walk up a 90-degree angle, like right near the edge. And then when you go off the side, turns out the gravity would actually be more normal along the edge of the circle.
Yeah.
So would there be like mole people on the other side? Is it dark down there?
I don't know.
I would load up with like flashlights and glow sticks and machetes and go fight
If
them.
the Earth was flat, I wonder which way you'd be facing.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
'Cause, you know.
Well, actually, according to flat earthers, instead of like the world, like flipping like a coin, like instead, the world rotating, instead it's actually going up at enough speed. Like it's actually like ascending at a speed enough to where we won't go flying off.
Wait, they've actually thought this hard about it?
So it's like
Yeah, we're
pushing us.
just like constantly ascending up at a rate.
That's where gravity comes from.
Yeah, that's their excuse for where gravity comes from. It's not.
So what you're saying is if I went on the other side, there wouldn't be any mole people because we would fall off.
Yeah.
No, you'd probably be held down.
Well, probably.
Well,
I mean,
if it's going up like that and we're here and then I go doop to the mole people, it will go.
I assume we have
Right.
some sort of atmosphere still.
I don't know. Honestly, they say that how the atmosphere works, instead of it being a permeable atmosphere that you can go through at any time, instead it's actually an enclosed like sphere, or it's like an enclosed dome on top of it.
Where does one go to find these flat Earth people?
I don't know. There was actually, strangely enough, there was a convention that happened in Charlotte, North Carolina about 6 months ago.
Saying,
We should
was
have went.
It was the largest gathering of flat earthers ever.
I'm just saying, you seem to know an awful lot about these people.
Well, it's because honestly, I've listened to some Joe Rogan podcasts where he talks to Eddie Bravo, and Eddie Bravo's crazy. Eddie Bravo, he himself says, "I'm crazy, bro. I'm crazy." I mean, honestly,
So is Eddie Bravo a flat earther?
Eddie Bravo doesn't believe anything you put in front of him.
Oh.
You could put Alex Jones on there talking about stuff, and he'd think Alex Jones is a hologram. You could
Would
put.
he then try and fight Alex Jones?
Yes, I think he would. Even though I think Alex Jones would just lay on top of him like a walrus and just go, "Oh, oh," and just like belly flop him until he died.
That got weird.
I mean, at least you do know what you're talking about. You can't really judge stupid if you don't know what their theory is.
Well, yeah, Eddie Bravo just doesn't care to learn anything about anyone. He just knows that he knows two things. He loves weed and he loves jiu-jitsu. Or Brazilian jiu-jitsu especially. But honestly, I don't pretend like I am a flat earth expert. I know how flat earthers think 100%. This is just what I've seen from like the flat earth convention. Like they went over like flat earth convention highlights, and they like showed what, like, there was this guy sitting there rapping about like the flat earth. He was just like, it's like, "Don't show me a globe, I won't believe it." And I'm like, how about I take you up in a rocket ship? What then? He'll probably just say, "It's a video screen. It's a video screen. I don't want to be seen."
You have a rocket ship?
I don't know.
But
I
it's,
might. I mean, hell, Elon Musk, he's probably just going to start giving them out for, the SpaceX program.
I mean, it'd be cool to have a rocket ship.
I think so, too. Also, they showed the SpaceX footage to a bunch of flat earthers. A lot of them got up and walked out and said, "That's NASA, bro. It's NASA. It's a conspiracy."
Well, we know what the A in NASA stands for now. So.
Assholes.
Actually, Jerry
Do
never
you think
clarified.
If we gave everyone a rocket ship and we all launched at the same time, that something would happen? Like as we all broke through the atmosphere?
Not really. They actually did the math, and if every human were like every human, like all 7 billion of us living right now, we're all shoulder to shoulder, we could actually fit in a city about the size of San Francisco. And if we all jumped, you'd think, oh, it'll cause like a massive earthquake. It actually wouldn't. It actually caused like maybe like a 1.7 on the Richter scale, which is
So you
nothing.
don't think we could, there would be no consequence to everyone just taking a rocket ship up at the same exact time?
Not really, no, because
I feel like that's a big deal.
Well, you'd think so. I mean, honestly, I thought that the Transcontinental Railroad was a big deal, and then I realized,
I
oh
wonder if
wait,
this is
no,
something I can Google.
it's not a big deal. I mean, it connected the East and the West Coast. Good job. The bigger thing that really changed the deal in terms of like transportation happened not too much later, like 50 years later, when the Panama Canal was finished. I mean, the Panama Canal connected the world. It connected the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean, something that no one ever thought would be possible. But yet they did it. They dug a gigantic trench through a mountainous range in the middle of this small country, in between North and South America, and lo and behold, boom, the whole world is connected now, pretty much.
It's like Wi-Fi.
I know. And then there's Wi-Fi, which blows my mind. Like, every year that goes by that more and more discoveries are made, I mean, the advancement of humanity has just like exploded ever since the Industrial Revolution. I mean, you think about we talked about this another time, that that steam sphere globe that they had in flat earthers. I'm talking about a globe here, so go away. A globe that had two spouts on it, one facing this direction, one facing that direction, and they would put a fire underneath it, and it would cause steam to come out both ends, and it would actually cause it to spin. This was seen as a toy back in the days of ancient Greeks. Now, this was 2,000 years before the Industrial Revolution. Imagine if, I'm just saying here, imagine if they would have looked more into that. Where would we be now? You would have jump-started the Industrial Revolution up to 2,000 years early. Where would we be right now in terms of a society? Would we be a post-singularity society right now? You know, have faster-than-light travel?
You'd be watching this on Thunderdome.
Yeah, you probably would be there. I mean, hell, who knows where we're going to go? Post-apocalyptic. I mean, if we go like full Mad Max on this shit, I think that'd be fun.
As long as we don't go Planet of the Apes.
So I looked it up. I couldn't find anything to specifically that if 7
billion
lots
people.
of rockets went off at once, what would happen? But it does increase CO2 and deplete the ozone, and there's a lot of debris. So I think it would do something.
Debris?
You know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
Debris! Sorry.
I'm tongue-tied. This is mean. No, seriously. I actually have a medical condition where my tongue is tied.
Oh, me too.
No, mine's like, stick your tongue out.
Oh, it's getting weird. It's getting weird. In the video.
No.
Look, no. Look, under my tongue is like, I have an extra piece of skin under my tongue that ties it out all the way to the end of my tongue, all the way to the tip. I'm literally tongue-tied.
Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about, except for mine is attached to the whole mouth, roof, bottom of my mouth, so that my tongue can't come out past my lip at all.
Really? So yours is that bad? Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It actually affects my speech. That's why I get embarrassed when I fuck up words. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I actually tore mine in like the 7th grade. I tore mine when I tripped and fell.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had my mouth wide open and like a rock went under my tongue and just...
Well, they've done surgery, like a laser surgery, to cut through all of the skin under my tongue to separate it.
Uh-huh.
And both times it has just grown back. And so it's a really painful surgery.
Well, it's because they have to like keep it separated long enough for the patches of skin to heal, because if they don't keep them separated, they'll just fall right back together.
Well, the second time I tried, instead of when it was healing, not talking, because it hurts so bad to talk or eat that I would cry. But I tried, actually taking the pain medication like all the time and just keep talking.
Huh.
And it still didn't do anything. And now that most of what I do is talking, I kind of want to try it again. Because it would be worth it to not, be worried about my speech.
Well,
But
what I would recommend is like them actually like put the wrap around your tongue to where
Something
the
under
skin
there.
wouldn't heal together.
if they could somehow bandage the inside of the bottom of the mouth, basically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do it again if I ever get the money, because it's a laser surgery. I'm sure it costs something, but
Fair amount, probably.
it's probably not that expensive. Actually, it's very quick, like 10-15 minutes. But
So yeah.
and you don't have to go to sleep. So I want to do it because I don't like having to constantly fumble over words. It kind of sucks.
I understand that.
So
All right.
especially now that we're doing YouTube.
Yeah. All right, everybody, that's going to do it. Thank you all for tuning in. This was Rick and Morty, Season 1, Episode 10, Close Encounters of the Rick Kind. For this recording, we've been going 50 minutes.
Well, it's because we talked about flat Earth and my tongue.
I know. We went all over the place. So,
How did we end up on that?
you, Heather.
Oh.
Just you.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm joking. It was all of us. Or just you and me, rather. Mike had just sat here and was just like, how did I get here?
In his truck. The doy, Nate.
Well, the doy, Heather.
That's the more troubling thing. I drove myself.
All right, that's going to do it. Thank you all so much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.